Right, so we're here at the hospital, and this is the second take. And the one I posted today, the first one, I probably took 4 takes of that. So I don't know whether I'm going for the perfect version. I'm just not a public speaker, and I kind of feel like really nervous at the moment. This is definitely like, the fear of the unknown and sort of going into, new territory, really. And it's kind of, I suppose I can look at this, which is not, because my next appointment urology's in November, but it is kind of like the last resort in many ways. And I've writ I've written loads of stuff down that what I suffer from, the symptoms and medication, because I've been to a lot of appointments, and I kind of just get a brain fog, and I just forget, and then I get really like angry, especially urology. Like the vascular people and all that were like above and beyond, but the urology have just been, whether it's me and I don't hear stuff, but I just feel like I get palmed off. And I know lots of my friends have had pretty bad experience with the NHS, and I've definitely feel like they've just done enough. It's kind of like the sticky plaster syndrome, which is not the NHS's fault. I'm not blaming them. I'm indebted and grateful to the NHS, and the service from a GP surgery and 111 have been outstanding. Phenomenal. What a great service. But my experience just with urology has not been great, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So I'm here. I don't know what to expect. And it's just like, the mind, just the power of the mind kind of talking me out of like X, Y, and Z. And, it starts sort of, putting the light on, like, you don't need to spend this money and just wait till November. And I'm not even talking about the money. I'm talking about the £250 for this consultation. And kind of the resistance, and that has just kind of been the process of my journey. All this is just about the resistance is futile, and having to kind of push through that, and that's why I kind of love the principle of perseverance and kind of trudging, and just kind of keep pushing somewhere with a purpose, and just keep doing the stuff that I don't want to do. And like today's reading about growing up and being adult and taking responsibility is just, there's just part of me just wants to bury my head in the sand and just like, just F you, just like, but I'm here, and that's, the greatest thing. And I thought to myself as well, I'm not going to use loads of big words and just fire them off, I just want sort of the meaning behind kind of in the doer, the doing. And my mouth's really dry. I'm really like, mate, I've done so much stuff in front of lots and lots of people, and now talking to a camera and I like fall apart. And I'm not a public speaker or anything. It's just like I just kind of falling apart in front of, self-obsessed people walking past me, and but I will push through. This is the kind of the bottom line, and I'll just keep pushing. And just push against that resistance. And it's at times feels like I'm pushing up a river, and I've just got to keep pushing. And if trudging is there is a destination. I always thought it was about like sticky mud, but in the dictionary it talks about going somewhere with a purpose. And that's what I've got to trust in. Is I'm going somewhere. I'm on another journey, and this is the unknown. And I just have to trust in the higher power. Which, so far so good, never let me down day at a time. So I'm more like anxious about just stage fright, and you know what it's like. It's just 1,000 things are going through my head, and it'd be nothing like that. The guy, and I'm pretty sure I know the guy. I'm sure he's done some surgery on me. I'm sure he's put a stent in me in the old Tadger before. So it's not like that. It's like, so more will be revealed. I'll carry on working through the embarrassment of doing these, because I know loads of my friends are suffering and have suffered, and really difficult places, and kind of there's a chapter in the Living Clean, chapter 4, like that, our physical selves, which is like a really helpful chapter, and also about aging. Do you know what I mean? In that chapter, it's like really good chapters, really helped me. I hate looking at myself, like, through the years. I hate seeing myself at like events and stuff like that, but it's what, isn't it? Just got to keep pushing, keep looking at myself, innit? Say some affirmations. Anyway, I'm going to leave on some good news anyway. This is good news anyway, but like, the last couple of nights I've got to sleep better, so I've been able to get back up into routine and structure, and walking, and walking's so good for my mental health. It's been such a blessing in disguise. I hate exercise, but I love it. I love the sunrise in the morning, and just kind of embracing it all and taking it all in, and practicing, my step 11 around this kind of stuff. And then the humorous thing is that I took the kids swimming yesterday, and I was paying, and the lady asked, like, is there anything, you've been in the military, blah blah, and I said, on medical benefits, and then they said, is your partner? And I turned around and said, she's my daughter. So that was a nice little, like, little, I don't know what it was, whether it was an ego boost or it was a nice little lift. It was that Robert De Niro still got it. I just like, she thinks I date young women, innit? So not that I do, so I don't date. So anyway, I do appreciate the love and support. It's just still very overwhelming, and even when somebody put a comment there, I kind of felt the emotions. I just nearly burst out crying. Could really identify with the kind of darkness, and the isolation, the loneliness, and the just fucking despair around all this shit. The not knowing. Just not knowing, March 27th, am I going to feel better? Just not knowing. Anyway, I must check out, get ready, go and vape like it's a crack pipe still. And I do, from the bottom out. It's just very overwhelming. I don't want to go into any emotion, but I can kind of feel it there. But thank you for the continuous love and support. It's just really overwhelming. Hopefully I can accept it more over the days.